Hello. Today I'll be using our demo environment to show you how to use AuditBull to easily conduct a multi-entitlement access review for AWS. To begin, we must first click on the Start button here on the right. This will take us to our details page where we can see relevant information of past and future access reviews for this system if applicable. In this page, I have pre-generated our audience list by uploading a CSV containing all of the users and their corresponding entitlements who have access to my AWS system. In this next page, AuditBull has inspected our audience list and determined that 2 users do not match anyone in my Slack or Teams environment. As the person conducting this access review, I have to decide what to do with these 2 users. Personally, I know that the first email corresponds to a user named Alexander Fang. So what I'm going to do is manually match them here to make sure that they get this access review. The second email, however, is a service account. So I'm just going to exclude them from the survey. I'm going to decide to keep them and select the appropriate justification here. I'm going to go ahead and click Next now. Once we have inspected the audience list, we are moved over to the verification. In this step, we can do one final check to make sure that everyone who should be receiving an access review is present. Once we're happy with this list, we can click the Next button. And in this screen, we can see a preview of what our users will receive in Slack and Teams. Now I'm just going to hit the Send button so that they can receive it. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to respond to a user access review on both Slack and Teams. As you can see here, I have received a message from AuditBull asking me to respond to an access review. The first thing I need to do is open this up and just answer the questions. So here it's asking me if I need access to Amazon Web Services. I'm going to say yes because I use this tool more than once per week. And then I will be prompted to respond to my entitlement access. So do I still need admin permissions? Yes. Do I still need security? Yes. But I do not need dev. So I'm going to click that here and hit respond. The same thing in Teams. It looks a little different, but the prompt and the idea is the same. I'm going to open this up. It's going to ask me if I need access to AWS. I'm going to say the same thing. Yes. I'm going to hit continue. Now I'm asked about entitlements. Again, I need admin, security, but not dev. Then I'm going to hit submit. As you can see, I'm only asked about the entitlements that were included in that previous audience file. And with a few simple clicks, I'm done submitting them. For demo purposes, I have decided to close this access review early. But typically, users will have 7 days to respond to an access review request before the survey is closed automatically. Here's an example of an access review where we have a few non-responders. As a person conducting the access review, I have to take action for these before moving forward. This is also the place where I can override any responses if I think this is needed. But for now, I'm just going to fill this out and move along. So for Cody's admin access, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to keep his dev. I'm going to keep Eric's access, and I'm going to keep Alex's access. I also have to include here justification for all of these. I'm just going to fill these out. And I'm going to move forward. The next step in the process is to validate that I have made all the changes to my system as shown on this screen. I've already gone ahead and done that. So now I'm just going to click here on Validate Entitlements. And to proceed to the next step, I will do one of two things. I have the option to click this checkbox here, saying that I have completed those changes and the process will end here. Or I can go ahead and upload an updated audience file as proof to show that I have done so. In this case, I'm going to move forward by uploading an audience file and clicking continue. After receiving the validation file, AuditBull has determined that we have not removed the users that needed to be removed and that a new user has appeared in our audience list. We must now either accept or reject those exceptions before moving forward. I'm going to decide to accept the exception with Rajiv here because I know that his access is approved because he is a brand new user who is currently being onboarded. To do that, I'm simply going to click on this drop down, hit accept, and I'm going to provide a justification here before moving forward. As far as the other two go, I know that these should have been removed, so I'm going to reject those. I'm going to make those changes, and I'm going to re-upload the audience file. I have made the necessary changes, and I am now ready to upload the new audience list. Now I'm just going to click this button here at the top, and I'm going to drag and drop my final audience file here and hit upload. As you can see here, the access review has now been completed. AuditBull has determined that there are no longer any exceptions, and we are taken to this metrics sheet where we can see information regarding our access review. Now that my access review is complete, I can view the summary metrics for this system's access review. Here we can see the starting number of users, admins, overrides, user response information, and much more. By implementing access review with AuditBull, you can take a quantitative risk-based approach to enforcing least privilege and measuring your access management posture. Additionally, this access data is leveraged in our personnel module to create offboarding checklists and transition plans that prevent things like offboarding your only administrator of a system. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and to learn more, head over to auditbull.com.